I was reminded by the Spirit of God of a horrific dream I had long before I was saved. And in the dream, I was in deep blackness, an abyss so dark I could see no light or no other human beings. I remember in the dream dealing with this deep foreboding that I was in a place and I had no sense of hope at all, but just hopelessness had gripped my soul in the dream. I felt immense terror like I had never felt before. I felt immense fear like I had never felt before. I remember being trapped and felt like I was pinned down by these demonic beings that was on top of my chest. And I remember being so afraid that I could not even talk. I could not even muster a word. I could not even say anything. And as the dream went on longer and longer, man, I began to sink into this deep paranoia that I was never gonna get out of this place. It felt so real and it felt so viable. And when I thought all hope was lost in my mind, I kept just hearing the name of the person who I would hear my parents talking to me about all the time in my house. I would hear the name of my parents. They would kneel down and cry out with that name. And when I could not talk because my mouth was gripped by fear, in my mind, I just started calling on the name of Jesus in my mind. I kept saying, Jesus, help me. Jesus, help me. Jesus, help me. In my mind, when I could not talk, I was crying out to him in my mind. And then I wake up from the dream in a panic and a cold sweat. And in that moment, I felt the wind of grace. When I said to myself, oh my God, I'm still alive. When I thought I was about to be eternally lost, I woke up and I thought, oh my God, I'm still alive. And you would think in that moment I would give my life to Christ, and I did not. And you would think in that moment I would turn to the Lord, and I did not. And I thought about in my lack of turning to him in that moment, how it is lost on humanity. The seriousness of eternity that is coming for every human being, and how temporal this life is. For the unbeliever, it is lost on them, hear me, of the horrific fate that awaits them if they die in their sin apart from Christ. They have no idea of the horrific and graphic fate that awaits them. When I scroll through social media and I see unbelievers, rappers, R&B stars, athletes, ignorant people, sages, gurus, all these people in false religions, when I scroll through social media or walk the streets of Atlanta, my heart be broken when I think about God. All these millions of people, if they die, they have no idea what they're about to suffer if they die without the safety of Christ. And then I also think it is just as tragic that it is lost on the believers. That it is lost on believers, especially in America, about the seriousness about eternity, a seriousness that should impact our prayers and our priorities.